The fight broke out. You know what I mean? You ran there. You know, you got $1 million equipment in that studio. So them guys is like, hold up, we ain't with this bullshit. They called authorities. But 50 never pressed no charges, nobody, shit like that. People be like, what's crazy? Like nowadays, it's like gossip sells. Like whoever tells it first, it sells. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, because of social media, you got somebody that live 3,000 miles away from you saying some shit on social media. You can't even get at this person. You know what I mean? And they
Yeah,
don't know it's true. They go by what they heard from somebody else.
Now I got
that's
a
real.
two-part question. Was Murder Inc. really connected to the Supreme team? And was you guys really frustrated because the fans think 50 really shut Murder Inc. down, but it was
Yeah,
50
yeah.
and the feds. Y'all couldn't really respond. So what I mean, I know the people want to
Right.
hear
No,
that.
Irv was giving dudes jobs was Irv was changing dudes' lives, giving dudes legit jobs. You know what I mean? And he was hiring people like, you know what I mean, to come on board and make an honest living. I mean, that's how that happened.
Why does Irv get such a bad rap? Like, I mean, Irv, like you said, has done a lot to impact the music game, like, past. And even now, you got some, I'm saying, some stars out there
Bro,
like
he
an
said some
Ashanti
shit,
that had
but I didn't
influence
like
on.
a lot of people wasn't feeling. He did an interview on Drink Champs, and he said some shit with Ashanti, like you kissing and telling type shit. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that
so
was
so so
odd,
I'm
man.
so
That
a
was
lot of people
odd.
wasn't feeling that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So everybody got their own opinion. You know what I mean? So like
What?
it's do's and don'ts to this shit. It's like why people snitch. You know what I mean? Why they snitch?
Right,
You know, some people
right.
tell
I mean, it
you
was kind of like
I
kissing and
snitch.
telling, though. It was.
You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah,
that's a
I
real.
snitched because
That's real.
this what happened. This is what I told them to such. But you signed up for this shit though. You know what I mean? Like people with
Yeah.
6ix9ine shit. Oh, he a rat. He a rat. 6ix9ine's not the only one in the industry that's told some shit. See, people pick and choose. I mean, 6ix9ine said he told because these guys were robbing him and they were trying to show money and these guys who put ski masks on and kidnapped them, allegedly that died and
Hmm.
allegedly they supposed to had sex with somebody supposed to slept with his baby mother. If they did slept with her, they didn't rape her. She gave up willing if that did happen. We don't know the truth behind that.
Right.
So he's not a street dude anyway. Y'all dudes is blood. Y'all snatched him up and put him down with y'all. He throwing trade weight and all that other shit. Now when she got thick, he pointed fingers.
Mhm.
I think you're going underwater again.
Allegedly,
Yeah, you
I don't
underwater again,
don't
King.
quote me. Allegedly, 6ix9ine said that
There
he
you go.
had 30 shows lined up.
Oh, there you go. You good? You good?
Yeah, there you go.
You hear me better now? Yeah, allegedly 6ix9ine said that he had 13 shows lined. They supposed to make 3 million, but Shy was only gonna give him 60, 70,000 allegedly. So when he found that out, he canceled all his shows and said, if you ain't book your show directly through me, it's not official. Da 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 da
Yeah.
da da da. And then that's when the feds came and snatched them all up.
Wow. That's some deep shit. Now we talked about. You said something about the about snitching. Like, you know what I mean. I kind of we kind of glossed over that. I mean, were you ever involved in anything that you had to, you know what I mean, kind of wiggle your way out of when it come to
I ain't
that? Or
never told on nobody a day in my life. I don't come from that type of cloth. You know what I
right,
mean?
right, right, right.
There's no paperwork with Cal Dawson's name ever. It's never gonna be that. I did 4 bids, 3 states, and 1 Fed. I still got my paperwork. I ain't never told nothing nobody. I don't come from that type of cloth. But every beef
No,
that
I
I
get you.
came into, I laid down. And what I do, I made
Oh, that's
bail.
cool.
If I had to go do some time, yeah, I go do my time. Like you saying, I could do the time. I did a crime. But
Oh,
I
that's
ain't gonna
cool
get
shit.
nobody else
I
up.
like
The
that.
feds is always talking about, yo, tell us something to help yourself out. I mean, that's what people do. You know what I mean? They snitch
Yeah.
and say this, say that, and just keep your mouth shut. You signed up for this. What are you telling for?
Right, 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 right. Even dry snitching, right? Like, you know what I mean, where you're not exactly telling on somebody, but you're telling on somebody, right? That kind of
Yeah, I
shit,
came
man.
across a lot of dudes in the system that told and all that other shit, though. The feds, you know what I mean? When you come in there, wherever state you from, that's the car you roll with, and people ask for your paperwork. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, like it's
I
floating
want.
around the industry. Like we said, this Ti shit going on. I seen this guy. What's his name? Charles something. He going in on Ti.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Charleston White.
Yeah,
What you think about somebody like that, man? Give me your take on that, man.
I'm gonna tell you this, and because I did Fed time, so I know the laws. If you get caught with 50 guns, 100 guns, the feds is only gonna charge you for one. That's what's good about the feds. The state is different. The state might charge you for every gun you get caught with. If you get caught with 1,000 guns, they're only gonna charge you with one and gonna give you what
Right.
you're supposed to get. Now, if you got a felony on your record and you get caught with a silencer, that's automatically 20 years.
Damn.
Feds don't care about no money, none of that shit. That's 20 years, unless you tell us something to help yourself out. Now, he
Hmm.
has a felony, and now you got caught with all these guns. He end up getting a year and a day. But when this man got killed in Ohio, he testified on the stand with that. I mean, so in return, the feds gave him a year and a day. Little Kim got a year and a day for lying. Now now how's that? If she gets a year and a day for lying, you get a year and a day for a silencer. One of the guns had a silencer on there, I think, when he was purchasing.
Hmm.
So, like I said, he talked his he a stand up dude. Homie, I know federal law. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, come on. There's no way around that. So,
Right.
but
Damn,
when you
man.
got money,
You've seen a lot of different shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's really crazy. Anybody here on the stage? Y'all got any questions right now at this point? I'm gonna do a reset right after that.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask a quick question. Hey, when it
Go
comes to
for it, Dirk.
that year and a day shit, when it comes to celebrities, man, you a street nigga. So I want to ask you, how do you feel about that infamous year and a day bid? Because you'll take
see,
them same charges, right, and give it to a nigga like me and you. We don't get no year and a day. So what do you feel about that year and a day bid?
see, dudes who never got in trouble before, they might get a year and a day. You know what I mean? That means that you did a white collar crime. You get a year and a day. Reason why you get a year and a day, right? Is so you get the good time, right? So if you get a year and a day, that means you only do 10 months. Now they give you if the feds give you a flat 11 months, you gotta do a strict 11 months. So that's why they give you the year and the day, so you get the good time.
Okay, I get it.
Right. So now, like,
It's
on the
deep
person
as
got a year and
fuck.
a day, Little Kim. Right. It's a
Right.
phone count. Okay, you lied, perjury, a year and a day. She never been in trouble before. She got no felony. But hey, this dude, he gets a year and a day for a silencer. Like, come on.
So
Yeah.
so
Yeah, yeah, it don't really equate. You're right. Go ahead, bro.
Right, right.
got,
Hey,
you got another one, Dirk? You got another one, Dirk?
I
Dirk?
got a
No,
question.
no, not on that subject. Go ahead.
Is
Anybody
it
else got?
I got a question.
That's Troy. That's Troy.
Shit.
Go ahead, Troy.
I think my internet fucking up. Hold on. Yo, is it
We
possible
hear you.
you can
Go
get
ahead.
information erased if you working with the feds?
What the feds will do, right? If you're celebrity status, they can alternate your paperwork because they know that guys will come in the system and people will check for your paperwork.
Mm,
Because what they was doing, they got signs up in the unit. If you ask for anybody's paperwork, you will get 60 months added to your sentence in 5 years. Because
wow.
a lot of dudes getting stabbed, had to go protective custody. You gotta go check in your paperwork ain't right. You fucked up. You hot. You gotta leave the compound. You know what I mean? So feds would be like certain dudes are coming in, they alter their paperwork because it's called a judgment commitment. Your judgment commitment is going to say like if you assisted the government, if that box is checked, that means you told.
Thank you for
Good
that.
for-
That's all yeah, I just needed to know. Yeah, thanks.
Hey,
Thank you.
so this is the last question before Fire Stacks you do the reset. So, you know what I mean? We talked about this yesterday. How many niggas you think that'll be a stand up dude like Chris and Irv? They went all the way, man, facing 20 years. Irv ain't
Facts.
never
They
been in
didn't
jail.
want them. They didn't want them. The case on them got their case was money laundering. Russell came to court and said this. So they immediately excluded them because they didn't do nothing illegally. You know what I mean? At all. So it's like for instance, Let's just say you walking down the street. Say you on Compton Boulevard. You on Compton, and the feds come and do a raid. Everybody on this block, we snatch them up, right? We got you for racketeering RICO charges. You get caught in the shuffle. You know what I mean? So you like, I'm just walking down the street. I ain't doing nothing. You lay up in jail. You know what I mean for XYZ, and they drop your charges. So so you now you gonna come out? Yeah, I beat the feds. Da, 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 da. You ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. Okay,
Back on
hey,
you,
Yeah.
boss. I think you said
okay,
it.
for sure, for sure. So we're gonna go ahead and reset this room right fast. And look, for those of you who haven't already done it, make sure you stab the greenhouse at the top. All right, this is the golden ticket with everybody on stage and in the goo is so with it. That's right. It's your boy, the promo king, 5 stacks and count. You feel me? Cal Dawson, former president of Murder Inc. He here to discuss, topics like John Rule, 50 Cent, Ashanti, and more. So we gonna get right back into it. Make sure that y'all follow all the mods on stage, follow the house, and share the room at least 2 times. My bad, I'm on the road, you know what I mean? But I had to make sure I get this done. Had to make sure I pulled up, you know? So, Cal, let's get back into it. I want to talk a little bit about, before we move on to the next person, I want to ask you something else about 50. Now, were you in the car with 50 when he got shot?
Yes, I
Because,
was.
okay, now, there's been some issues, with that story. I wasn't there, so I can't debate it. But
This
50
what it
has
was.
been.
I did an interview. Listen, I did an interview with Bilal, right? And
Hmm.
50 told Bilal take the interview down. So Bilal took it down. But now this other kid was saying that Juju, like, yo, he was in the car. Then it was other people saying that now if 50 had a personal vendetta, if it wasn't true, wouldn't he get on live on Instagram and say this and say that? He just told Vlad, yo, take that interview down. That was it. He never said, I don't know Cal Dawson. If you ain't hear from a horse's mouth, he ain't say shit. He ain't say none of that. Did he?
And nah, you right. No, you right. He just said that he wanted the interview taken down.
He
You
just
think that's
said take
because he
it
couldn't make no
down.
money off
He,
of it?
no, 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 no. He's this what happened.
Uh-huh.
Bilal said some shit about Farrakhan, right? So a lot of people at the time was like, we ain't fucking with Bilal because a lot of people go on Bilal and people be getting indicted, getting cases and shit. You know what I mean? So he just said that, yo, we at a different stage. That's some old shit, Cal. You need me to talk about that because I got pictures of 50 after I did the Vlad interview, but we was in Atlanta for New Year's, and then we was out in Houston. No, we was in Tampa, Florida for the Super Bowl weekend. That's after the Vlad shit. So he's like, nah, I ain't say nigga, I ain't fuck with Cal. I fuck with him. I just told Vlad take this shit down. He said everybody else was saying this, saying that. You know, you see him many times he was going after Mayweather saying this, saying that, or he went after Jim Jones or other people. He ain't not once said like, I don't know Cal Dawson, I don't fuck with them. That nigga Fugazi. He ain't said that shit not near one time.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. The only thing that I read was that he wanted the interview taken down. So okay, paint that picture for me. The day that he took those 9 shots, because you got shot too, right? How
I
did
got
that
shot
how did
three
that go?
times.
Yeah, how did that go? Like, set that stage for me.
It was coming. He was coming back from the studio. He was in the car. They put up for his grandmother's house, and it was a dude came out like a couple of yards down. A dude came out the car, with a hoodie on, and he walked up to the car. But ain't nobody paid no mind till he got closer. Then he started reaching, pulling out, and then you seen the sparks.
Damn, man, that shit crazy. You got hit where you got hit in the leg and the arm, right?
Yeah, my leg and the arm.
That shit is crazy, man.
You
Why?
know,
I just don't understand why. If you were in the car and you took him like he took him, why he wouldn't want anybody to acknowledge the fact you were in the car.
no, he ain't saying that. He's just saying that shit from more than 20 years ago. He's like, come on, like some old shit. Like, did you talk about the girl first girl you have sex with? You know what I mean?
No.
Like certain shit when you have certain levels about, discussed about. I mean, 'cause it was
Oh,
like it was
okay. He
plus that
want
whole
that.
interview.
Okay. Oh, he just didn't want that news out there.
Yeah, like it's some old shit. Like, yo, come on, I'm doing power now. I'm doing movies now. You know what I'm saying? You got a management company now. Like, we beyond that. I don't fuck with a lot. I told him niggas take that shit down. That's what he
Right.
said. Take it down.
What would be your motivation for coming out with that story so late? I mean, was that an opportunistic move? Was that just you just
It
wanted to
wasn't
get the
no
story
external late
out, or
because ever since I came home from the feds, I've been saying that story. Like anybody changed, he never said nothing then. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been saying that. We got released 2011. You can go back to old interviews. Ain't nothing changed. It's just that it was on Valide Network. He don't fuck with Valide.
yeah? Well, I mean, look, man, only the people that was in that car know the truth. You know what I mean? I just had to put that out there because I noticed, that like you said, that 50 didn't want that story out there like that. So, I just had to ask what your motivation would be
Yeah. Like
for bringing it up
any
next
issue
time.
you have with anybody, first of all, like we can't say like you never seen Irv Gotti did an interview. No, Cal Dawson wasn't the president. Oh, now we don't know him. Nobody never said no shit like that because it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yo, that man got paperwork. The man was on that case. So it's like he told Vlad take it down, but you got the other people, the cheerleaders, like people like, oh, he fugazi, he funded it. You not even 50's friend. 50 don't even know you, but you riding his coattail. Like 50, if the whole thing is, if you ain't had the horse's mouth, that's something different. 50 would have got on live and his Instagram and said this and said that. He said he took it down and then he took off his Instagram page immediately.
No, I mean, that's true. 50 taking steps in the past to make sure that certain narratives don't get painted before they get painted. So I get that. You know what I mean? But I mean, if y'all was cool, I mean, y'all obviously had to be cool to have been in the same car. I mean, why? I
We
mean,
all
why
listen,
you guys
listen. It
didn't
goes
get?
beyond that. Me and his muscle hustle, we
Hmm.
used to hustle together. So you know what I mean. So it's like, I mean, like she showed me how to get money. Like I mean, so it's like it's deeper than that. You all from Queens, him, me, 50, Nikki, Cheeks. You know what I mean. A lot of my people from South Jamaica, Queens. He doing something positive. He a multi-millionaire. Nicki Minaj a multi-millionaire. You know what I mean. Cheeks as a Grammy, Lost Boys, history. You know what I mean. Like a lot of rappers came out of Queens. A lot of entrepreneurs came out of Queens. I mean, majority of people in the industry that was rapping are from Queens. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right. Hey, do you
Mhm.
think? Do you think that if all the stuff, all the legal situations didn't go down with Murder Inc., do you think they would have been eventually been able to go at G Unit the proper way? You know what I mean? Because it wasn't just like you said, it wasn't just 50 that was being the reason why a lot of people looked at Murder Inc. as losing that battle. Because we all that's how we all looked at it. We all looked at it as oh, this was the labels war and going to war. So, you know what I mean? Do you think had you guys had more time, you would have been able to kind of close the gap, get some more artists out, get some more music out from other artists, and you know what I mean, and kind of close the gap?
I think that what happened, every artist get their time to shine. You know, when Method Man first came out, he was hot. DMX was hot. You know what I mean? Snoop was hot. I mean, T Pain was hot. Everybody get their time to shine. If Ja Rule didn't go back and forth with him, it still would have been a Murder Inc. It still would have been a G Unit. It might be maybe 50 wouldn't be as big as he was now. You know what I mean? If Ja left it alone, it's like what happened to the industry? What if Pop was still living? But if Biggie was still living? You think a lot of these artists would have been eating like they are? You know what I mean? After they passed away?
No, no, I totally get where you coming from. I've been saying that it's a lot of people.
Yeah.
If Pac and Big
Mm.
was alive, that
Right.
wouldn't
if,
have a
if,
career
if,
today.
if Pop was still big, a lot of these rappers probably wouldn't be successful like they are now. You know what I mean? Because Pop was a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these rappers that was came out, they probably was trying to get songs with Pac or you know what I mean, or something like maybe Big. Was Jay Z really big as he was? If Big was still alive, who's to say? You know what I mean?
That's a good question. That's a really, really good question. What's your
If
opinion
50,
on Jay Z?
50 Cent would have been able to do what he did if Pop was still alive, but Dr.
Yeah,
Dre probably would have paid him no mind because he got 50,
nah,
Tupac under him.
I get that. I get that. What's your
Hmm.
opinion on Jay? On Jay, you know what I mean? Do you have do you know you got a personal relationship with Jay or?
All right, Jay reached out when Black Rob was in the hospital. He reached out to lend a helping hand, but this dickhead Mark Curry dude, I mean, started this GoFundMe program shit. But Jay's a businessman, you know what I mean? Like him and Beans has some issues going on, but like I can't knock a motherfucker who's sitting on $1 billion.